Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Serious Strategy Gamer, and we're returning to Unity of Command, where we're playing the Stalingrad campaign as the Germans, and we are up to the last scenario, Kuibyshev. So Kuibyshev, of course, is an historical scenario. The Germans did get stuck at Stalingrad. They did not make it further than Terek, really, and neither to Baku nor to Astrakhan, and neither to Kuibyshev. Today's, I think, Samara. I think. So this is somewhat close to the approaches towards Yekaterinburg in the north, or to the Ural Mountains down here. So this is basically trying to cut off the Soviets from the Far East, from Siberia. Up in the north, the Ural Mountains themselves would have very little passes to for them to continue to take. So here's the scenario description. After taking Stalingrad on the march, Germans strike north to sever Moscow's links with Siberia and the Urals, that is. Axis forces are in a reasonable shape, but the offensive cannot be mounted until supply catches up. Soviets, now on the Sukhov, are given enough time to prepare multiple defensive belts. The issue, of course, as we see here, is we are vastly outnumbered. 1 to 2 in the infantry department, 1 to 3 in the tank department. We do have some assets, but not that much. A little bit air support in the form of attacks, and some in the in form of resupply. Soviets are placing the bulk of their entire strategic reserve into this blocking position. Expect nothing but a hard grind ahead. You'll be advancing north a single railway line, so make sure your supply lines are adequately protected. Good luck. Right, so we want to achieve a good victory here in some time. We do have an objective here and here, so let's see when we do need to catch them on turn 9 and 14. That's going to be very hard. The Soviets do have some supply coming in from the east, some from the north, and some from over here in the northwest. We, on the other hand, pretty much only have this supply line, so indeed the fight is going to revolve along these railway lines. Pretty much over here. They do have something along the east of this river, which is going to be a little bit annoying, because as long as we don't have this field or can disrupt their supply lines, they can still strike into our flanks along the Volga over here, and our railway line is very, very close to that. Right. Some desert over here, some swamps over there. Okay, so I think our main objective is going to be to break through and maybe circle around. Maybe cut the supply lines over here and sort of come in between these two lines that would block the forces over here off. They do have an enormous amount of tank and mechanized forces. This is going to be a very, very hard match, so yeah, let's see what we can do. So, have we got everything? Yeah, like this. I think we don't need this one. Right, so our forces down here are in a little bit disarray. There are a lot of Romanians, which is always a little bit of an issue. Oh, can I not? Wait a minute. Okay, for some reason I just had to tap out, but it seems to work now. Okay, fine. So we need to break through over here and basically advance along the railway line, but not only along the railway line. We do have a couple of engineers. All of these guys here are dug in. And I think it does make sense for us to dig in. Oops, sorry about the noise in the background. It does make some sense for us to dig in over here along this line, specifically with our Romanian troops. They're not the strongest. Right, and over here, I do think it makes sense to attack over here. Hopefully we're going to breach them. Yeah, there we go. So they have been breached, which means they are losing their dug-in status. Same over there. I would ideally like to break them over here. We've got a further infantry division. Also, this light troops here do have infantry equipment. So I think it might make sense to advance with these guys here and either attack this way or that way. Let's try to attack here. Excellent. You're even withdrawing. That's lovely to see. So let's advance with our Jaegers. Attack into their flank, breach them, that's lovely. Can we get you to retreat? Unfortunately you haven't. I'd like to move this guy ahead as well. Just to break their entrenchment, basically. Right, okay, maybe get you to the front. Attack. You're not withdrawing still. Can you go over here? You can. Okay, let's get you back. How far can you go? You could go over here. I think that might make sense. Okay, let's get you over here. Come on. Ah, you still haven't retreated. Ah, this is annoying. Okay, this is annoying. How far can we move up our tanks? Okay, our tanks can move up a little bit further. I think it might make sense to give you a new unit. Get you towards over here. I should have attacked this guy with our air supply first. But, well, I didn't. Right, so basically we only have these guys over here. These motorized troops, I think it would be good to give you some recon capabilities. Let's add that. You have some anti-tank capabilities, so ideally I would like to move you up towards the tank. Okay, so let's move... I would like to create a breakthrough over here, but it just doesn't seem possible. We can move you out, but not that far. And I'm afraid whether we'll be able to have enough punch over here to do much. We could also try to strike with our tanks over here. Try to cross the river, basically. Could you could advance it maybe up till here? No, you couldn't. Well, that's an issue. All of these guys are really well dug in. So ultimately, I think what we need to do... Oh no, what we could do actually is get you over here. You towards over here. Kill these guys. Move up with these troops. Break their entrenchment. Lovely. Good stuff. Right, and then you can move back over here. You towards over there. That's okay. And then over here we do... Ideally I would like to break these guys, but I'm also fine with breaking through over here. If there's any chance we could... I mean, they don't actually exert any zone of control, so it doesn't make much sense, so... Yeah, okay, let's get you over here. 90% chance of overrunning these guys. 40% here. Let's try this. Overrun, good, very good. Okay, very nice. Right, and that does allow these these motorized anti-tank units to come up over here and actually attack the tanks. That's lovely too. Right, you could advance it a little bit. No one else really can advance any further here. Okay, let's get you over towards this. Secure this line. That should be okay. Right, and then you're somewhat stuck. Okay, fine. Right, over here we can't really do any attacks. Doesn't seem to be too promising. So the question is, should we move up our tanks over here and try to do some crossing over there? Or should we just start to pressure over here? Same with these mechanized units. Oh, I can't move these guys because I... Okay, that's a little bit unfortunate. And you know what? I think you, sir, should actually be reorganized so we can redistribute your forces. Where's our supply source? Over here. I think we're going to be alright over there, so that's fine. Let's move up the mechanized forces as much as we can. These tanks here, the exploitation tanks, they are very light tanks anyway. Okay, I think it might make sense to move up the tanks over here to start. Do something over there. And let's give you an engineering unit. Oh, I can't? Don't I have the money? No, I must have the money. Alright, well, that's too bad. Right. Okay, so we now have a focus over here. You are still alright. Let's give you and you some infantry reinforcements. Likewise you. The motorized forces should be very, very good. Okay. Right, some air attacks on these guys, because they are pretty strong. Air resupplies, we don't need that for now, so we are going to end the turn. Fine. I'm going to see what the Soviets are going to do. Okay, so they are attacking over there. That is unfortunate. Okay, moving their tanks up. These are elite troops, as denoted by that little star. Interesting. Okay. So they are trying to contain us over here and building up a new defensive line. Also moving in more fronts to the front line, more tanks to the front line. Cavalry on the flanks. They're withdrawing these forces because they're out of supply. Trading losses here. That's not quite as good as I would have hoped. Some green troops at Saratov over there, including some tanks, which also includes Katyushas. Interesting. They're building up their forces in a defensive line pattern. I think they are having their green troops at this flank so that they're not being flanked, whereas their elite troops are a little bit more central. Certainly trying to concentrate their forces as well. This is going to be a hard slug to fight all of this terrain up to the north. Interesting that you're digging in over there and over here in this forest. There are some partisan activities. It's not extremely crucial. Right, and it's our turn again. Alright, so I think actually the first thing will be to attack this tank. 2 suppressed. Lovely. 5 killed. But not more than that. Shall we give you a Stuk unit? Yeah, I think so. You've got Taut anti-tank, so it would be ideal for you to attack over here, I think. Ah, very bad result. Extremely bad result, actually. Okay, let's move you up over here. 20% chance. Ah, god damn it, very poor results. Consistently very poor results, actually. Oh my. Okay, so what shall we do over here then? We haven't really created the breakthrough that we're looking for yet. Right, so let's bring up the infantry here. Let's try to breach them. So they don't... Now they don't have a zone of control. That's pretty fantastic, so let's try to move up somewhat behind them. Destroyed and overrun. Lovely. Oh, a lot of them killed. Could have been a little bit better, but I shouldn't complain. Right, and then we have these light tanks. They should try to break through over there. Also got these motorized forces. Let's bring them up. Cut this railway line at least. It's not going to do much for us. And it will expose these guys, but we do have the ability to do a little something about that. Right, can you move? You can move up, at least. Take out this tank, please, and thank you. And then over here we have a couple of units. Okay, let's start to do an attack here, because I would like these guys to go away. They are threatening our flank. This is much slower going than I would have hoped for. Well, at least we are pushing along the railway line. But we do need to keep in mind that we need to protect this side over here. And we're not quite doing that. Well, we are doing that, but it's taking us a lot of resources. Right, okay, let's bring you over here at least. Then you guys can advance into the center of this. It does expose you somewhat to counterattacks, but hopefully you're going to be alright. Right, these tanks, let's try to exploit this gap. Then over here, I think we are alright. They might not try to cross. If they do, they are a little bit stupid. We have some reinforcements here, so let's use them. On this bridge at least. Right, this position here is starting to look a little bit untenable. We might withdraw a little bit. Okay, let's move you. Let's reorganize these units so that they can be given to any of these units. You might want to dig in. You might want to receive a couple of reinforcements. You are dug in, they can only come here, so that's fine. And you might actually advance. Could move you down here so that we are freeing up one guy. But I would also like to attack these guys. Yeah, that's basically it. Okay, fine, lovely. We don't really need the resupply ability. Not now at the very least. All of our units seem to have some good stuff. Well, at the very least, all of these engineers do. You might want to get something. Engineers, anti-tank, Towed anti-tank. Which would also count as flak. Could give you Stuks. Or simply more engineers. I think more engineers are fine. Yeah, very good. And turn. They're gonna probably strike to. Gonna try to strike over here. They are bringing in an armored counter-offensive, so that's unfortunate. At least they're withdrawing a little bit. They have so many forces, including this cavalry, which is really annoying. Yeah, okay, you're being cut off. That's fine. Don't need to be too concerned about this. We do have area resupply. You took some damage over there, but at least the engineering unit hasn't been lost. This is starting to be a strong point. Okay, they are withdrawing. Likewise over there. I think they're just consolidating this position. Yeah, but also, yeah, you are. Just look at the amount of forces there. And more partisans, okay. Not a concern yet. Okay, you know what? Let's bob these partisans down here. That's fine. Let's advance a little bit up here. That's okay too. You are doing your job just perfectly fine. Right, down here you can attack. Lovely. Let's bring you over and continue to attack. Destroy this guy. So this flank is now secured. We do need to be mindful over here. This guy here needs to be resupplied. And we can now advance over here along this railway line. You're not going to be terribly exposed, but that might still be okay. We've also got these tanks. You should potentially attack over here. And we've got the mechanized units. Let's bring you up there. Attack over there. 5 kills, good. But not good enough. Come up here, destroy you, that's fine. Now we've got these tanks ready to move out. Start with this one. Attack over here. Nice. Nice, but still not really that great. You could attack there, but it wouldn't be decisive. Likewise, you have some anti-tank guns. So let's come up behind these guys. Destroyed and overrun. Okay, so far so good. That does leave these motorized units. We don't have that many strong units is the issue. All of these guys are in supply, so that's fine. So we could try to come up over here, try to cut this railway line. It's going to be an issue. Okay, let's come here, destroy these guys. Move up there. You can move towards there. You might actually be fine with taking this. And the question is, how do we contain these guys up here? Good. Nice. Very nice indeed. Okay, so you can move up. You can move up as well. Just try to whittle away at them. See whether we can't do anything. Right. We are a little bit open towards counterattack. On the other hand, they are already on the railway line, and what more could they wish for? So I think that's okay. Bring it up here. Destroy these guys. That's fine. And bring you towards over here. Do some damage there. More than expected. That's lovely. Come across. Do attack. Oh, god damn it. Oh, I also should keep in mind that we have some forces here in reserve. You are all maxed out. You are not. Okay, fine. We could move up there, but I think... yeah, it still might be the best that we can do. Okay, fine. Okay, lovely. You should receive some reinforcements. Lovely. You've moved. You guys are all fine where you are. So this flank is reasonably secured. Would like to get this position, but we can't now, so that's okay. Yeah, really, that does leave these guys. And I think it might make the most sense to move up here, do an attack on this guy, one killed, nice, and do another attack with our motorized infantry. That's lovely. And turn. Okay, you are withdrawing, that's good. So at least the counterattack is off, but they've built a new blocking force there. And it's a fairly strong one. All tanks. Cavalry is withdrawing, nice. You are withdrawing a lot to the other side. And bringing the cavalry on there. That's an interesting choice. Well, 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 I would not have expected that. You're trying to block in our motorized forces? Just look at the amount of forces that they have got over there. It's gonna be such a tough fight. Oh, they're blocking in our forces here with partisans. Well, that's a very good use of partisans, I have to admit. So, what can we do? You could advance on this side of the river, actually. Might not be a terrible idea. Let's do that. We should go further though, because then we lose supply. You can certainly attack over here. You're also cornered, which is pretty fantastic actually. Move up here, destroy these guys, move in, and we've now achieved a situation where we basically block them in. We could attack, wouldn't do as much good. Yeah, but we can move these guys up, we can move these guys up, which means we can also move these guys up. Let's do that. And I'd rather move up the engineers. So you're going to be the blocking force here. Good. Okay, so that situation has been solved satisfactorily. Get rid of these partisans. Okay, over here. Well, I guess we can attack these guys here. More or less kill them. Come up over here. Overrun these guys. Attack these guys. Fantastic. Come up here. Destroy them. Lovely. Go up there and that's fine. And what we really need to do is capture this railway line, I think. Yeah, so that's very nice. Give you some supply. Can I give you some more units? No, I can't. But I can certainly attack. So let's attack. And then let's move over here. Try to cut them off, really. Yeah, overall supply situation is still pretty good. Yeah, this seems really reasonable. We're gonna cut these guys off down there. You can move to the front. You can attack, but you shouldn't. And then we've got all of these guys. So yeah, anti-tank. Can't really come up there. Okay, so one of you guys does need to come over here. Destroyed and overrun, fantastic. Destroyed and overrun, fantastic. Do we want to risk it? Yeah. Nice. Good. Very good push over there. And that does leave you to either deal with these guys or come up over here. Also got the motorized division. Let's move you over here. Since we can't take them out both, I would rather take out the tanks. Only 2? Here we could take out 4. Well, okay, let's come up over here. Let's attack these guys with air. Destroy them, and that's fine and fantastic. Good. And then we can move up these Jaegers. Attack them from behind. Lovely. Good. Right. You can't go any further. You could go there. That's not really the point. Right. All of you are okay. Pretty much everyone has moved as far as they can. So we are a little bit open to counterattack. I don't expect they can't cross the river. They could come in behind us. The tanks could come in behind us. But on the other hand, we are also pushing against their supply lines, at least over here for these guys. So I think they might be having a hard time soon. If we can capture this road, they'll be pretty much out of supply. I expect these guys to be out of supply either. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, they should be out of supply soon. And we do have a strong force over here. That does continue to push, so that's nice to see. We keep a lot of forces down here just to pin these guys in, but there's not much that we can do about this. So yeah, let's give you some reinforcements and hope that's going to work out. Right, that being said, I think I do need to put in a cut here, so thank you very much for watching, guys. Do let me know whether you think we'll be able to strike through. All of these blob, I mean, they are inexperienced, but just the amount of turns to churn through that is going to be pretty fantastic. So yeah, looking forward for your feedback, guys. Bye bye.